close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, Took the life right out of my veins when you spoke my name. Got the kind of thing going that tips the scales. Yeah, you keep me sane. I'll be the clouds beyond your skies. We'll flutter by like butterflies. I'll be the blue inside your eyes. Your crazy loving keeps me paralyzed. Oh, this is what it feels like. Oh, this is what it feels like. Oh, this is what it feels like to see reflections of you all around. Oh, this is what it sounds like. Oh, this is what it sounds like. Oh, this is what it sounds like to hear reflections of you all around. Wanna taste you again like a secret or a sin. Wanna feel you again like the ocean sand on my skin. I'll be the fight against your fears, forever here, just save those tears. I'll be the courage in your wings, not letting go, I'm all you need. Oh, this is what it feels like. Oh, this is what it feels like. Oh, this is what it feels like to see reflections of you all around. Oh, this is what it sounds like. Oh, this is what it sounds like.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's time. We've had, we started things out with IW. We went all the way back to Black Ops 2. Last week it was Black Ops 3, but this week we find ourselves back in the stomping grounds of Infinite Warfare for your Talkshow Tournament Tuesday, presented, of course, by the Esports Hub Talkshow. Paradox and Campbell, always here on the mic, as a pleasure. It looks like we're already getting ready to hop into Game 1 between the Hippos and Team BP.
Hippos and Team BP. Awesome team names, and you couldn't expect anything else when you're doing the Esports Hub Talk Show tournament. We've seen so many interesting names, and now we've got Hippos and BP. But yes, that's right, I'm joined here alongside Paradox, and I'm excited to kick this one off because we are back on Infinite Warfare, a game that we're both very familiar with, and we're currently in the rig draft having these two teams select what they're going to be using. Really not as important as when we casted the Black Ops 3 tournament, Paradox, when we were taking a look at the specialists on that one. Yes, there are some really important ones, but practically what we're going to see is the same stuff throughout this whole tournament. In this one, it's going to be the Kinetic Armor, the FTL, the Active Camo, and the Centurion on both of these two teams going into this one. But it's going to be that Scorch Hardpoint, an extremely close map in terms of close quarter, Paradox. So we're really expecting to see maybe the ERADs be involved in this one, or we may even see, you never know what you can expect in this one. Maybe the FHR, maybe the Karma. I say that because you just don't know what you're going to get in this one. But the lineups are BP is going to be Warrior, Fusions, Trends, Henry, and Jambo, a team that we're very familiar with and we've casted a lot in our talk show tournament. They seem to make their way to the quarterfinals quite frequently. And they're going up against Hippos, which is Asin, Kyle, Breezox, and Jodley. So, Scorch Hardpoint, 30 seconds remaining on this one. Like I said, expected to be close quarter, but I'm excited to be doing another talk show tournament with you, Paradox. We're going to go all the way to the grand finals and announce a winner later on today. Scorch Hardpoint for me, though. Anything you're looking to stand out here, Paradox? Anything that may be a little bit surprising for you?
Doesn't look like anything too crazy right now. You have Kyle coming out with the ERAD. Other than that, it looks like Hippos are going to be really aggressive off the start, and I want to start on board with Asin because that's sort of the play you want to make from this side, because not only do you have to get the early control inside of the hard point, we already know that it is important to push all the way through this hill going off the break. And look at this, Hippo's going to take the high ground here early on, all four coming straight over towards the hill. Kyle's going to be the first one inside, picking up some of this early time. But look at how well both of these teams are using the flechette grenades. A lot of the utility in the back pockets of these players. Asin tries to get up in the sky, get a couple more, won't be able to do it. That's going to be first break over to Team BP.
Yeah, it's going to be very aggressive and very contested this hill as well, but it's BP that come out on top so far as they're going to pick up the intro kills. However, though, Hippos are returning with a few kills of their own. The hill will be contested for the minute. Trent's just trying to stay alive here, waiting for teammates' assistance, but play number 2, Kyle, going to come around on the flank. Breezox will break in as well, does end up taking down a teammate, but great play there from Kyle. Comes around on the flank, finds the important kill. He needs to try and stay alive, really. Not going to happen, though, but the spawns are all over the place here at the minute for BP. Player number 8, Jambo, spawned out, and he's able to get the kill on Breezox. And pay attention, though, to the rotations. That's one of the most important, especially going into this next hill. And it looks like it will be Team BP that are able to hold on to them. As long as Asin can stay alive, though, he could cause problems, but no, he does drop. So far, BP will be having the lead in this one. But rotating over to the Turbine Hill. This is a money hill, Paradox, and teams could get a lot of hill time.
And now it already looks like BP know they have the early control. They're going to try and get aggressive outside of the hill. Look at where Henry's playing. He's already picked up 3 in a row, and it looks like he wants to add a couple more. And knows these players for Hippos are hanging out towards the middle of the map. One comes in below and won't be able to spot it. Meanwhile, teammate Warrior Fusion drops in the hill as well. That puts a lot of pressure on Jambo here with the ERAD. Looks like Jambo's going to be over here watching this corner. The push starting to come in from Hippos. Kyle's going to lead the charge. Shots already fired. It looks like Hippos are doing the smart thing here. Going to back up, try and come in together as a team. Jambo's tagged up, but he's able to get up in the sky. Picks up one. Now the pressure's going to come in on the back line. Looks like that. Woo! Look at BP going off inside of the hill. This Turbine Hill, we always talk about being a money hill. You see right now, look at how much of a lead BP have pulled off of this hill on its own. And now look at their rotations. Warrior Fusions, golden here over in security, poised behind enemy lines to try and steal a couple of seconds here in hangar operation.
Fusion's having to stay alive for his team, though. He's in a big place here. They do not know that this player is behind him, and now he will begin to push. Finds the first intro kill. One more player down the side, and that's going to be Jodley. He drops as well. Fusions comes through, makes a fantastic play. One more player to the back as well, and he's cleaning them all up. That's a 3 streak, and he's 9-3 on the scoreboard as well. And all those players on Team Hippos have spawned out. Jambo and Henry, ERAD's in hand. They're playing aggressive, and here goes Fusion still 4 streak for him. We'll keep an eye on him, though, because he's going to be 2 kills away from that Trinity Rocket. If he can get that on a map like Scorch, especially going into the next hill, he can cause a lot of problems, and already the rotation has begun. It's going to be led by Fusions over towards the material processing. However, though, on the other side, Kyle's going for a break. At last second, can he break it? He does, but I do think he will get traded by Jambo, who does slide in through the back. That is exactly the case. Fusions, however, though, I said we'd pay attention to him. He is still alive. He goes for another kill. He's won from the Trinity Rocket. He will wait for his teammate Henry, and they will work together to push this, and I want to see if he can get these streaks, because they're so important on Scorch, especially the Trinity Rocket. Jambo is also on a 7 streak as well. I didn't even realize. He has got full streaks. Fusions, can you match him as well and get some streaks? No, you'll go down, but Fusions still is going to be 11 and 4. Pay attention to Jambo, fully streaked out.
Jambo came through on the back line, was able to pick up 1, but now look at this. Hippos in control of the hill. Kyle needs to stay alive. Already picked up 2. Couldn't get more done. BP come in with the break. They've already passed the century second mark, and look how Trent is playing his life inside of the hill. The push going to come through. Warrior Fusions picks up 2. Let's hop on board with him inside. Looks like he ends up going down. That opens a little bit up here for the Hippos, but inside of the hill, Trent still locking it down. Picks up another, turns around, picks that one up as well behind cover. Where you going, buddy? Trends is here. He's gunning you down left and right, making 5 in a row. And meanwhile, Warrior Fusions has already pushed all the way to the locker room. We're getting ready to go to the second rotation of hills. BP with a commanding lead.
Insane slaying power coming in here from Team BP. Those streaks definitely going to come in soon as well. Jambo's actually looking to maybe even overlap those streaks, but they're holding down this mid hill, and so far Team Hippos are just not being able to deal whatsoever with the slaying power. They cannot push out. The spawns are all over the place. One player here in material processing as they do spawn out over towards cave. That's Jambo who finds him, and here comes that bombardment streak. It looks like it's going to come down because he is 25 from another bombardment. He's got another one. He just called one in Paradox and still has another one.
All the way up in the air. Jambo picks that one up as well. Looks like there's going to be one more player trying to challenge. Asen, I'm sorry, buddy. Jambo, the 7th streak coming through, overlapping on streaks, moving closer towards the Centurion as well. It looks like he wants to get aggressive, moving over towards the wall where you saw on the inside. B ends up going down. All the players for BP going to drop back. Now, look at this. Asen's going to be the lone man over for Hippos, the closest one towards the next hard point. Won't be able to do it. They want to sneak a couple of seconds inside on the bridge. They can't get there in time. Bree's going to open up things in the middle of the map. Meanwhile, Jolie is going to try and get the intro here all the way in the back, playing in the back of material processing, but with these Trinity Rockets coming in, this is a dangerous situation to be in. Look at that. Jambo cleans them up from the skies.
A few things to pay attention to about this BP lineup as well. Every single time that one of their players drops, there is another teammate in a position to trade it out. Score streaks coming in once again, and they're just holding the team of Hippos back. They can't get anywhere near it. You can see Henry inside the hill, racking up hill time. Pay attention to trends as well. 1 minute and 41 alongside Jambo. Great hill time coming in from both of them. They can close it out here if they hold every single second. They need to contest. Team Hippos need to contest just for a few seconds. Finally, I think that's enough for the rotation to come in. Jodley is going to be the player that's rotated, and you can see player number 5 Fusion is going to be, this is a big gunfight. Jodley needs to win it. Fusions is going to not win that one. Jodley comes through big, and they need to hold on to this one now, and practically every second of hill time if they're going to be able to take this one. It is a long road back to winning this game for Team Hippos. Players coming from around the back, led by Jambo, finds another kill, has streaks as well, and that's 4 dead, and baby, 250 to 60. BP absolutely dominating the first hard point. Fusions 18 and 9, Trends 18 and 6, Henry 14 and 11, and Jambo 23 and 6 with a double overlap of streaks. Wow, what a first game coming out from Team BP.
My oh my, this team caught fire, and it all started on that turbine hardpoint. We always mention it as a money hill here in Infinite Warfare on Scorch, and you see exactly why. They were almost able to get a full hold both times around, and that's something that if you're on the other side, you don't want to give that much time up. Now, Jack, looking at the way both of these teams played in that Scorch, how do you think this is going to transfer over? We have an uplink on Frost, I believe, coming up next with the sort of fast and furious play that we saw from both sides. Do you think we see the 2-0?
Well, one of the interesting things that we got the chance to see, especially in the Global Pro League, was a team called Mindfreak who had a really, really good Frost Uplink. And the reason why they had such a good Frost Uplink is because they played super aggressive. I'm kind of seeing the same thing in Team BP. They play very aggressive with the E-Rads and the K-Bar. They try to push out those pockets of space, get into the enemy base, and just cause a lot of mayhem. And I feel like they're going to replicate the same thing that we saw Mindfreak do and kind of replicate what they just did in that first hardpoint. They're going to come out, they're going to look for the kills, and when they find them, they will still push on and look for more. That's the great thing about this team is, yes, it's great getting 4 dead, but rather than playing slow and playing passive, they get 4 down and they will play to push for another set of 4 down. When you just completely slay out and the enemy team can't get anywhere near you and you're basically untouchable with the drone, we could see an uplink score here, Paradox, that would blow this team out of the water.
Oh, my. That would be absolutely insane. I mean, I'm not even sure what to think. After that first one, you never want to get 100-point clubbed, right? That's something that's always in the back of the mind. It's like, hey, no, that's not what we really want. But sometimes that ends up happening. But really, we always have to see how teams bounce back from that. You mentioned the Global Pro League. Look at how FaZe bounced back. Oh my God, you talk about a run, and that's something that FaZe roster's been able to do time and time again. We need to see something like that sort of transfer over here.
I think we do, but I think one of the problems that I'm struggling to see with this one is you take a look at the lineup on FaZe, and their games when they were down were still close. That wasn't close. This team, Asin, Kyle, Jodley, they struggle to deal with the actual gun skill and slaying power. And the problem with Infinite Warfare is slaying power matters so much that if you can have great team chemistry, but it's very, very difficult to win games when you're being slayed out because of how fast-paced the game is. So the likes of BP, if they just keep up doing what they did in that first hardpoint, I mean, I think the only way you could look at this series being tied up, Paradox, is if it was going to a search and destroy. I think because then you can limit the amount of pushing that would be coming in from BP. I think now that we're going to an uplink and the fact that it's on Frost, probably the most aggressive uplink that I can think of, maybe because I mean Precinct at least you can get NV4 control, but you don't really see any AR kind of set up at all on this map. It's all about trying to play in the enemy's base and hold those spawn traps. I don't see at this moment in time a way that this team will come back. I do see this series being closed out 2-0 here. I'm trying to look at the positives as well, Paradox, of what we did see from that Hippos team. And it's very difficult, though, when the game is so one-sided. There wasn't any trades. You can't take a look at that. They were out-rotated 4 hills in a row. I think the only way I can look at this one, Paradox, is this one's a 2-0, and it's going to be over quickly. But you never know. This team needs to bounce back. Maybe it was a slow start. It was the first game of the day. I don't know. But I honestly think I've got Fusions and the rest of his teammates in this one going through.
Yeah, I'm not surprised with that prediction. I feel like I'm in line with you on that as well. Looks like we are in for 2-0, unfortunate. But I will say for the Hippos, if they do want to take this game, one thing that they'll have to do are isolate the players on Team BP. That was something that they seemed like they weren't able to do, although BP put them a lot of times in that hard point with them being so aggressive and pushing out of the hill. They were in prime positions to be isolated by the members of Hippos, but it looks like they weren't able to really convert that into kills and then convert those into points going on.
Yeah, and that was the thing as well that I touched upon, was the fact that BP was so good at trading. So even if you were able to take down a player like Fusions or a player like Jamba, who were already slaying out, by the time you'd taken that player down, you couldn't have progressed up the map anywhere because there was somebody there to trade out the kill. And that was very much the thing that kind of separated these two teams from me. Hippos didn't have that. If they had a player drop, it was somewhere on the other side of the map, or he was nowhere near the actual objective. So it seemed a lot like the team of Hippos were actually trying to play for kills more than actual positioning or trying to get towards the objective. I mean, that's what it looked like. They probably weren't, but because they were so forced out and so spread out, it didn't look like there was any cohesive team pushes. And I think that's another thing that you need to pay attention to, especially in Uplink, is how the team pushes with the drone. You don't want to see an individual kind of run with the drone before his lead blocker. That's one thing we've touched upon in Uplink a lot. Is lead blockers are so important. I expect the team of BP to definitely make that a thing. Have a player push out. I mean, if you've got the likes of Jambo or Fusions from what we saw from game 1 being your lead blocker, I mean, the confidence with you in the drone must be using. But I think on the other side, as long as this Hippos team can make sure that, like you said, single out a few of the individuals, maybe can they possibly make sure their lead blockers are in position to be able to force up and push the ball. I think maybe they could bring this one back. I just think from what I saw from game one in terms of the slaying power, in terms of the team pushes, the working as a team, the chemistry, it's very, very difficult for me to see Hippos come through in this one.
Well, we'll have to see. So far, we are in the rig draft, so let's get an eye on what went down over there. We see, looks like reactive armor, overdrive, active camo, and FTL jump on both sides. The mirror match completed.
Do you know what the interesting thing as well is, Paradox?
Yeah.
That in game one, I don't think Hippos used a single specialist because they didn't have enough points.
I don't think so.
So I think like
the game was really low on.
I don't even think I saw BP use many specialists. I didn't see a camo. I didn't see a kinetic armor. Definitely didn't see a Centurion used at all. So really, it was that much of a dominant and quick match that we weren't even able to get to the point where specialists can be viable and specialists can be used within that game mode. So going into this uplink, we're still yet to see what these teams could do with their specialists. I think we'd have to probably look at Hippos as probably the team you'd expect and want to see them use them more kind of to better use. I think you don't like. I think it's going to come down to the specialists as well.
Yeah. Absolutely.
For Hippos, I think they need to use them at the correct moments. If they waste a specialist, I mean, you're already at a disadvantage in this series. The last thing you want to do as a team is start wasting specialists.
Yeah, and looking at this, one player that I am going to highlight on the side of Hippos has to be Bree, right? Because we've seen impatient plays with active camo before, and how many times did that really come back and hurt teams at the end of the day? You need to know when to use that and when to be patient. It was something that in the Global Pro League, teams have been doing such a fantastic job at being able to notice some mistakes and then close up on them here and there, especially Fnatic, right? When you look at some of the ways and the plays that they made in uplink, taking that little extra second helped them out so much. But now, game number 2 is underway. I want to hop on board with Bree, see who's doing off the start. Looks like that drone's going to be grabbed from the other side. BP with first touch.
And this is one of the players that you see a lot in uplink, rotating it back through ship and forcing down this right-hand side through subway. If you can get your lead blockers in the way and they can pick up the kills, it's going to be some easy points on the board. But however, Hippos are turning around and trading this game out, as in Jodley's picked up a kill. Trends has managed to find a 2-piece though, and that stop is immediately, that push story is immediately stopped, and those kills come through from BP. Drone in the hand of Henry. He's going to actually go by himself. No, he will wait for his lead blocker. There he comes in. It's going to be Jambo, and Trends push it through, and that's a simple 2 that goes through, and BP, the first team with the points on the board so far. But it is going to be the base cleared for now, so Hippos have at least managed to clear the base. They need to pick up these kills, though, if they're going to look to put points on.
Hippos have worked back to the middle of the map, and it looks like they're going to start to get aggressive. Kyle has already picked up one. Bree, the third person in line, will have control of the satellite drone. Ice Tunnel is all theirs, but the throw will not make it. Goes a little bit too high up. Warrior Fusions punishes them, picks up 2 in the base, and now looks like the push for BP is back and running. They're going to take this one all the way inside. Drone going to be tossed for a couple of yards. Jambo's going to pick that one up, but now they need to be worried about their back line. Look at the position from Asin playing here around circle. Ends up losing that one. So right now, this drone is still stuck over in Robot Bay. But it looks like the Hippo's going to throw that one over towards Pumps.
So far for me, Jodley's kind of been the most impactful player on Team Hippos. He's rocking the MV4, trying to just hold down a few lanes of sight, allow his team to push through. And he's been doing that so far, but when the drone gets towards the enemy base, it's just absolutely gun kills and slaying power that comes in once again from BP, and they clear out the base quickly. However, it's down to Trends, the last player alive for BP. He needs to find this 2-piece. The player goes underneath, and he's fallen off the map. It's Jodley, who also fell off the map there as well, so that kill is kind of traded itself. Player number 1 is Ace in here, though. He's tried to push up. But if anything to take from this, Paradox, the most aggressive team, apart from the first 2 points, has been Hippos.
Yeah, they've done such a good job at, you talked about the slaying power throughout that first hard point, right? Hippos have done a really good job, and anytime BP have that little bit of momentum outside from that first push, they've been able to neutralize that, work their way towards the middle of the map, and trade with the best of the best, it seems like so far. And look at Jolly right now. Already picked up 2, make it 3 over by Stack Crates. Look like there's one more for BP threatening. Jolly almost picks that one up as well. But look at this. Such a good job. They're doing exactly what they didn't do in map number 1. They're trading effectively. They're now starting to move that objective over towards the promised land. They weren't able to get those first points, but now it's another opportunity. Bree gonna be in control of the satellite drone here, throws that one, and they're being patient, right? They're not just going for it. They were like, okay, we got some of the numbers down. They didn't just try and push it all the way through Ice Tunnel immediately. They took the extra time, and now it looks like they're gonna get risky and try and get the first points. Jolly has to go for the fadeaway. Let's follow the drone up in the air. That's gonna be an interception over to BP.
Good base defense coming in from BP, and Jodley really standing out as that player from Hippos. I once again highlight him because he is being such an impactful player. But it's time for Hippos to do some base defense though, and it's going to be Henry leading the way as he goes through, and no players from Hippos are going to be there on the base defense, and that one's going to go through, and out of nothing, Paradox. Hippos pushing for at least the past 2 minutes, and out of nowhere, BP get one push, and they're able to put the points on the board straight away. Jodley looks like he's going to try and go for the wall and throw again, but he will get shut down by Jambo, and now they could possibly try to overextend this left-hand side outside blue. Player number 8, Jambo, already pushed up aggressively. His teammates going through the middle of the map. That's Henry. He will find the kill as well. He does get traded, however, but Fusions has ran past everybody. There's one kill in base to make, and it is going to be Jodley, the player that's been so big so far, and he should have not known where the drone is, and it will go through BP. Another 2-point on the board. Jodley lost the player, and he is actually going to reward himself the specialist, but it will only be the FTL jump. 50 seconds remaining on this one. If they can make this score a little bit closer, for me, it's not a bad side because they are on bad side.
Yeah. Oh my god, Jolly goes for another 1-point toss. That one's intercepted from the side of BP, but this drone is still within striking distance. Look at this. Trent's gonna play slow over towards pumps. That drone just thrown. Get it out of dodge. Hippos starting to answer back with a little bit of the slang. Bree is underneath 2 over here by pumps. Able to pick up 1. Look at how he's playing in this situation. It was so good, and then sort of lost it there towards the end. Jolly does have the FTL jump. That drone looks like it actually did go down underneath the sub, so there's your reset. 15 seconds left. Not enough time to do this when Jolly can't pick up the gunfight over here. Ends up with 2 BP players in the face. Cannot do it. 6-0 going into halftime.
Wow. Few things to take away from this one, though. This is the first time in this entire series I've actually been able to take positives away from what I saw Hippos do.
Yeah.
In that first game, we spoke about how there was nothing you could take from it. It was all BP. However, I'm starting to see some signs of positivity. Okay, Hippos definitely have the aggressiveness. They can get the drone to where it needs to be. So far, the only problem being that their 1-point conversion rate is currently 0% out of 3 attempts. So they're trying to, in my eyes, what I see from that is they're trying to force the one a little bit too much. I think maybe they need to just stick together as a unit. If they could pick up the kills or maybe wrap this through ship and go through sub bay, they can definitely get some points on the board. This game for me, Paradox, is not over yet between these two.
And look at this. The opening touch going to go over to Hippos. They have, looks like, complete control of the robot bay. Cal's going to try and keep that one clear. Gets into a little bit of engagement.
There we go.
Jolly's able to sneak all the way through. There's 2 points up and in. Trent cleans house there in the base. Picks up 2, but Asen has already gotten aggressive here. Looks like he's going to play over by sub bay. That drone's going on the other side. Henry goes through, sneaks past the defense and gets the 1-point toss in.
That's one thing you can't allow. You can't allow Henry to just pick the drone up and be able to walk through his base like that and get that 1-point play. The slaying powers now come in. You can see the spawn trap set up as well. Player number 6 is going to be Trends round the back. He finds the first kill, and that's another 2-point. BP return saying, Hippos, you get that 1 points on the board. You get that 1 carry. We will return, and we will start to turn up and do what we came here to do. Fusions rotates back. Player number 8 is Jambo. He's trying to still play aggressive. At least the kills finally coming through Hippos. I want to see them rotate this through ship bay, and that is exactly what they will do. But the poor thing for Jodley is he's only got 1 lead blocker. He does throw the drone down, and it's Kyle. At least he's found the intro kill. Now they can go through the middle. They're going to have to try and rotate back. But no, he throws the drone to his teammate. No! He didn't mean to. He tried to throw the drone off the wall. It's still live, however. There's only 1 player left. There's 1 player inside the spawn to the right, though, and that is just fell to pieces. I think what happened then was Jodley tried to throw it down, but it actually ended up throwing it to his teammate, who panicked through it. And that is a 2-point play, missed opportunity. And we said, didn't we, Paradox? Hippos, if anybody, cannot let those ones slip.
And now it looks like they've lost control of sub bay as well. Fusion's cleared 1 right off the top of the sub itself. Meanwhile, no one's really contesting over by the middle of the map. BP trying to make sure they have a push cleared and ready to go. Fusion's able to pick up 1 more. Almost thought he had 2, but there looks like the drone's going to trade hands once again. BP in control. Henry playing his life here around the snow. Dozer has 1 above. Teammate cleans that one up. There's another one inside a research. That one goes down as well. This map is clear for another BP push, and here we go. Henry has control. Fusions watching over that ice tunnel. Looks like they're going to try and take this one. Pumps over. The pass to himself with the FTL doesn't come through. Looks like that's going to be a push stop. Good defense there from the Hippos.
I would prefer to have seen him allow Fusions to push through. Maybe that was
Yeah.
points on the board if the lead blocker had gone through. Tries to make the hero play with the FTL, and it isn't going to work. But talking of the FTL, specialists like Overdrive and FTL are now live for Team Hippo, so they can make maybe an Overdrive play, but those two players actually drop. Third player drops as well, and it's Fusions and his team BP that once again have inside. It's going to be Jambo, pops the Overdrive, he goes up, and that's 11-2. And a game that honestly, Paradox, looked like it was quite even between these two. The floodgates have absolutely blown open, and BP are running away with this one.
And Hippos are still getting solid pushes. It just seems like something happens and they can't convert. There's another two-piece coming in from Trent. He's done such a good job at punishing Hippos every time someone is out of position. And now we have the map cleared again for another push from BP. This time it's Henry picking up the two-piece. Jambo tries to follow it up. Fusions picks up two of his own, tries to slide through. Clear out Ice Tunnel, won't be able to do it, but here we go. The camo comes in from Trent. He's golden all the way to the finish line. That's 13-2, 11-point lead for Team BP in the closing 90 seconds of this game.
Looks like this game could be over, 13-2 like you said, but the Trinity Rocket's live as well for Fusions. He's also got the kinetic armor. He does end up actually dropping there, but if Hippos want to bring their way back into this one, it's going to have to happen now, and you are not going to be able to do it while Jambo has the drone in his hands. Another 1 point being set up. It bounces off all the walls, falls back in his hands.
No
That's
way.
still a play. I don't know if he meant it, but BP are going to be able to put the points on the board. 15-2. Fusion's playing aggressive, has kinetic armor. Kyle will find him. I don't think at this point in time it's even possible for Hippos to bring their way back into this one. It would have to be the quickest relay ever, and as these final kills come in, this game is definitely going to be over. So we're seeing Team BP then advance into this one, but Hippos came so close. Once again, for you, Paradox, was it just complete slaying power coming in from Team BP, or was there anything you could really see Hippos do?
It was a lot of the slaying power on the side of BP. We're already talking about those key stops, but on the side of Hippos, it just seems like it's sort of the Fnatic situation. Unfortunately, it's like the pushes are golden. Maybe and it's when Fnatic lose the uplinks, right? Towards those closing moments, or when there's a key moment, something happens that things don't go the way they're supposed to. We can look at their 1-point conversion rate in the first half. We can look at a couple of things that went wrong here with some of their pushes in the second. But it just seems like sometimes in those key engagements, this team was one that unfortunately was not able to step up. They had themselves in good positions, right? So their positioning wasn't off like it was in map 1. They had people there to trade effectively. They were able to get touches on the drone. Maybe some of those forced pushes with one person and your lead blocker. Of course, we look at the one where they tried to push over the robot bay. I mean, that's a really unfortunate thing to happen to them, but it's one thing that really sort of cost them on the scoreboard.
Yeah, definitely. I think this game, the way it played out should have been a little bit closer on the score. Like I said, it was the only time really that I've seen Hippos kind of work as a cohesive unit. They actually were able to push quite aggressively. I mean, you look at that first half, at least the first 2-3 minutes, it was all Hippos. There was just no points going on the board. And unfortunately, when you can't score points, you can't win uplinks. And just like that, BP opened the floodgates and they absolutely dominate Team Hippos 15-2. That is going to finish that series off for us as well, and we're going to see BP advance on through the tournament into the semi-finals. We may catch up with them later on, but ladies and gentlemen, we're going to cut to a really quick advertisement break, and when we do return, we're going to have even more Call of Duty action from the Talkshow tournament.
How did you do that? How did you do that?
I see the light inside you, brighter than the skies. Hold on, just let us escape and fly away tonight. We have the world in our sight, and I know together we'll be alright. Can you see forever we will go? We are forever learning, one step at a time. As long as the world is turning, I'll be by your side. We'll keep the fire burning, I'll never see you hurt. You know I can't explain it in a way of words. We both know that you'll understand, and you'll see if you take my hand, and I'll go out of my own way for you. I'll go out of my own way.
I feel like I fought all my life for this. This one part, this 1/3 I've always missed. No, just don't let it go. I started the fight, but now I'm losing. So will I fall again? I'm scared of heights, yet it was me who ran away. Oh, I can't forget myself. The piece that I'm missing, it kills me inside. I need help, oh please give me back. This one part, this 1/3, I'm sorry I lost it. No, I let my weapons fall. I'm drowning in the fears, and now I know that I will fall again and let it go, but I can't stop to run away.
fall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, you say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and
How did you do that? How did you do that?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the Esports Hub 4v4 Infinite Warfare variant. We have progressed from the quarterfinals and now we are in the semi-final stage of our tournament. And we've got two teams going up against each other, Easy Points and Geordie Boys. Now, Paradox, you was asking me a question before we started this about what did Geordie mean? What did Geordie mean? And now I explained that Geordie is another slang term really for somebody from Newcastle. So while we're here, I want to test your kind of how you speak like a Geordie. So I'm going to give you a phrase, okay? And you
Okay.
try and pronounce it. This is how Geordie people speak, okay? You ready, Paradox?
Oh, I'm scared.
Why pet?
Why I pet?
Yeah. Why I pet?
Why I pet? It sounds so weird to me. Like I don't get it. Like I get it, but it's just the pronunciation is so weird for me.
What do you think it means?
Let's see. I think, considering what you said about Geordie boys, it seems like it would be some sort of a cat call or something like that.
Yeah, close. I think I think we can go with that. Yeah, cat call, hello, kind of type thing. Kind of got that feel too. But anyway, now we've tested Paradox and whether he can speak like a Geordie. We'll have to see now as well if the Geordies can play. So Geordie boys is D-Treats, Ampharos, Mimo, and Traudy. And they're going up against a team that's very confident in themselves with a team name Easy Points. It's going to be Kiar, Zima, D-Ban, and Exact. These two teams are going to go up against each other on the Retaliation Hardpoint for our game number 1. This one is also a best of 3. However, our grand finals will be a best of 5. And it is the Talk Show Tournament Tuesday. And the reason being for that is because every Thursday we have a talk show and you talk everything about Call of Duty. And that's where you guys can vote for your chance to basically say what tournament you want on the following Tuesday. But we'll talk more about that later on because we're about to kick off Retaliation Hardpoint and a map that I'm expecting Paradox to see a lot of NV4 control, and line of sight's going to be watched by that NV4.
Speaking of which, Ampharos is bringing out that NV4, so let's hop on board. Looks like he's going to be a little bit slow to the party here, but nevertheless, shots will go down. Let's see. Has one all the way on the opposite side. That's Exact playing opposite of Ampharos here, who has to get out of dodge. Easy Points going to get the first 2 bodies inside of the hill in a little bit of this early time, but the push going to start to come in from Geordie boys. But look at that. Zima already pushes up. It has spotted 2 on this outside curve. It looks like there's another one here. Zima tries to get the drop shot. Won't be able to do it. That leaves Exact inside. Easy Points getting their points good early on.
I was going to say, normally a hill where you've seen not really much control is kind of scrappy, but it looks like Easy Points are basically getting the easy points on this one. They're going to be able to rack them up, and it's 26-0 currently. 15 seconds remain on this one, and so far the Geordie boys have been pinned back. They're not being able to push up at all. Now a push will finally come in. Maybe you could say it's a little bit too late, but at least they're going to try and fight for the scrap time anyway. Mimo will be inside the hill, the last player alive from Geordie boys, and he's actually opting to push out here for that rotation. He will catch one. That's going to be Exact that goes down. The one player on plat is a big kill as well, but Zim is hiding in the corner, and he's able to find a massive kill. Can he make the 2-piece? Yes, he will do. And this team is taking control of Lower Street.
You gotta watch that corner when you're trying to get the plat control. And looking at that last hill, it was kind of shocking, because I was thinking, like, no one's rotating yet, but the Geordie boys able to pick up 3 and get time in the hill. You're looking at Traudy right now, already secured the scare, but it looks like they want to push up and get control of these market stairs. Spotted 2 for Easy Points, gonna make their way into the bedroom, and there they go, right into the gun of Traudy. There's 2 more, has secured the Trinity rocket as well, but look at where Easy Points are spawning. They still have the favorable spawn, but Traudy's gonna make sure they have the height advantage. Picked up 1, fully streaked out. Geordie boys have worked their way all the way back into this game and have now taken the lead.
Going into the Cathedral next as well, with Traudy having these streaks, it's going to be so important.
No, Traudy!
As well. Traudy somehow get that kill, and it's 8-2 for him. He's got 1 more player towards back market. Will he make it 9? Yes, he will. And his team are completely in control of this one, Paradox. I don't know how he won that gunfight.
I don't know what in the world. It just seems like, okay, you have one in hotel. It's like, all right, Traudy Streak's going to in here. No, gets the drop shot and picks it up. Has another one around Cathedral somehow. Manages that as well. And there you go. There's 10 in a row. Make it almost 11. Gets the assist on another. The Geordie boys are starting to run a train here on Retaliation. And look at Mimo. Push all the way out. Has 2 coming up the stairs. Picks up another. Meanwhile, Traudy still won't go down. 11 in a row. And it looks like D-Treats is poised to take out D-Ban. D-Ban comes right around the corner. The battle of the Ds, and D-Ban comes out on top in that one.
The highest streak we've ever had in a talk show tournament was 15. Will Traudy be able to top that one? He's behind enemy lines at the minute. It's the final 10 seconds. The rotations has gone over. He's overlapped on the Trinity rocket. He's on a 13 streak. Here comes the bombardment. He's going to call it in for intel as well, and he's going to call out all those players pushing from Lower Street. Like I said, the rotation's already happened. There's 14 kills in a row for Traudy. He makes it 5th 15 kills in a row. I can't come off him. I know the hill's rotated. We should probably be talking about what's going on, but finally, Zima shut him down. And while all that's been going on, it's 112 to 46.
Now look at this. Ampharos goes down inside of the hill, so Exact and company, there's your pinch. Comes in. Exact gonna be next in line, has the NV4. Instead of playing all the way in the back, looks like he's gonna get aggressive and try and pick up some players that are here trying to go on the bridge. But look at CR. Could easily get behind the entire team for Jordy Boys and cause a lot of damage. The shockwave comes through, somehow doesn't take him out, and is able to turn, burn, and pick that one up. Easy points, finally starting to get some points in their favor here. The Jordy Boys gonna opt for the rotation over to the hotel hallway.
This is the thing to pay attention to. 15 kills is great from Jordy, but it hasn't really increased that much of a lead. Easy points to hold a very, about 40-30 seconds of good time, and they're already back into this one. You can see as well on the scoreboard, D-Treats 4 and 12, not having the best of starts at all. But the kills are still coming in, though, as they're going to find another 2. They're holding down this mid-hallway for now. And they need to pick up quite a few seconds of this one if they want to extend their lead after losing about roughly 40 seconds on Destroyed Building. The push is coming in, though, and it's going to be on Plat. It's Kiar leading the way. He ends up dropping. Exact will come around the back now. Finds the first one. Needs to find the kill inside the hill as well, and that is exactly what he will do. There's one more just ahead of him. It's Mimo. He will find that kill. Will it get traded, though? No! Mimo will find the kill. Eventually he drops, and finally Easy Points can break into the hill.
TR ends up going down inside the hill, so the Jordy Boys come through and take control. Ampharos looks like a lot of pressure being put on that NV4 in the close quarters engagements and won't be able to come up with one, but does pick up the assist. Easy Points gonna try and pick up and make up for lost time here. Gonna go for the early rotation. Ampharos poised to pick up 2, will not be able to shut both of those players down. Meanwhile, Trotty has the inside of Hotel on lock. Gets another 19 and 5 through the first rotation. Easy Points gonna get the first few seconds here on bridge once again.
Now that lead has definitely been increased by Jordy Boys, 60 points ahead for them. But it does look like this mid-hill, which was held so much by Easy Points the first time round, they're going to try to hold on to it again and rack up even more hill time and make this game just that even closer. It's going to be Kiar inside the hill, one player from behind. That'll be D-Treats. He does drop. The players have already pushed out still. Exact pushed out quite aggressively with the MV4. He will eventually end up dropping, but I'm paying attention to Zima because he's coming around on a little bit of a flank and he could catch both these 2 players, really relieving the pressure inside the hill. He takes down D-Treats. There you go. He finds Trordy as well, and that's a great break from them to hold on to these last few seconds. But that rotation's coming in, and Exact is in this top hotel lobby. This is a big kill, and he finds it on Ampharos. He spawns the players out towards the bridge area. Exact and his teammate D-Ban. Exact will finally drop, but it's going to be D-Ban who needs to win some important gun engagements here. White Truck is the first one, and it will be Mimo. He comes out on top and will find that very important kill. Next important kill, though, really, Jordy Boys needs to take down Zima because he's on a 7 streak.
Let's hop on board with Zima and see how he's going to opt to go for this intro. Looks like playing over towards scaffolding. One here around the white van. Tries to get it, but won't pick it up. That's Ampharos there. You kill feed. Picks up 3 in a row before going down. Opts to turn at the last second. Exact dropping as well. D-Tree sitting pretty inside of the hill. The push and the hold from Jordy Boy still going on strong. Mimo picks up another behind cover. Gonna use the jetpack to his advantage here. Does spot one all the way on the other side. That's Exact being held up. Meanwhile, D-Ban's going to try and get inside the hotel. That one works. You have less than 20 seconds on this hill. The Jordy Boy is going to pick up most of this time. Easy Points need to go for the rotation, but D-Ban has to stay alive here. Turns, somehow picks up the kill on Ampharos, and the early rotation will go over to Easy Points.
Pay attention to Exact as well. His few kills from that camo, he will end up actually dropping. I'm trying to pay attention to what specialist might come in now. Zima inside the hill. One player pushing through that mid-cut area. He's made weak enough for Kiar to find the trade on him. His Kiar inside the hill as well. He's got to stay alive for as long as possible because his teammates are spawning out. He's able to pick up the first kill. He does, however, drop, and that is going to be Jordy Boys that break inside. Camo's been popped as well, and Exact dies. I don't know if he's still got the camo because he dropped so quickly with it. He has actually gone and completely lost camo. What a waste of a specialist. And when it's so close to Jordy Boys closing out this first game, that could prove to be such a big influential changer in this hardpoint game. Easy points, however, though, for them, they're still inside. It's D-Ban finds himself another kill. There's the two-piece. He wants himself the Scarab. 15 seconds remain, and those rotations have already begun. And it's Geordie boys who are waiting up. D-Ban trying to be aggressive up this bridge area. He's going to get found by Ampharos. It looks like they're trying to push through the bridge area. It will be Zima who finds the most important kill, and there is Exact to find the other one. There's the second, and now they can begin to break through. This game is definitely not over yet, Paradox.
Here we go. The push going to come inside. One ends up dropping. Zima's absolute one-shot here just outside the hill. This push is going to be delayed a lot longer. Zima finally comes through, picks up one. There's another one that he has to clean up inside. Gets it, and now he has the Centurion as well. This one going to go down inside of the destroyed building. If Easy Points can push out of the hard point, this is going to be really interesting and come all the way down to the wire. Exact looks like D-Man actually pulled out the Scarab. Exact trying to lock things down with the MV4, but doesn't spot the players on the opposite side of the curve. It's going to be Zima. Has to go big inside of the hill. Picks up one. Doesn't spot the one over by Bus.
The interesting thing to pay attention to as well, last time Easy Points held this hill for 45 seconds, and they're doing exactly the same thing again, holding all of this hill time. They're making this one incredibly close. It could go down to that final hill inside the lobby, but Ampharos, however, is trying to be the reason why it doesn't, as he breaks through into the middle. Daytrees finds a nade kill as well. 2-3-7 to 2-1-4. And it's going towards middle hotel lobby for the final hill to close this one out most likely. Geordie boys playing aggressive first. They have a Centurion down. Mimo finds the kill on Plat. There's going to be the two-piece. No, it's Exact once again. Going big for his team with another two-piece. They spawn the players out. They're trying to take down the Centurion. It goes down. And Easy Points currently have control of hotel hallway. And it's down to Geordie boys to work together as a cohesive unit and break this. D-Ban finds the intro kill. In comes Camo. It's Ampharos. He's traded. Trade's going down left, right side, and Mimo's there. Zima trades as well. And it's once again Easy Points in control of the hill.
And it looks like they're going to push out and try and get even more control. Zima pushes towards the back, picks up one. Looks like a couple more are going to try and push through for the Geordie boys. 20 seconds left. This game will end here. Zima pops one, pops the second one, two inside of the hard point. 4, 3, 2, 1. No, here comes the push from Geordie boys. They won't be able to get in time. Oh my God, 250 to 242. Easy Points make the comeback and take game number 1.
I tell you one thing now, Paradox, they were not easy points whatsoever. They were the hardest comeback to make. You had to make sure that once you picked up the kills on Cathedral, that you rotated to Broken Building. Exact and his teammate both did exactly that. They picked up so many important kills, and it goes down to Exact for me. He went 29-20, but about 9 of those 20 kills were such important and influential two pieces that allowed the rest of his team to play aggressive and be able to bring this game back. Choke is in the chat, and I tell you one thing now, Paradox, choke is exactly the word that explains that hard point.
Oh my God, what in the world was that hard point? It was absolutely insane watching both teams go back and forth all the way down to the wire, and I feel like we're in for such a great map number 2. That one's going to be a throwback uplink, but for now, as we get this ready, we had that huge 15 streak. Might have been 16. Let's take a look at some of the other top plays from past Esports Hub Talkshow Tournament Tuesdays.
How did you do that? How did you do that?
They can't get anything going. Finally, Trinity Rocket comes through. 50 points from the bombardment. With only 20 seconds remaining on this hill, streaks will come through, and you can see they're coming down now. Minical with his streaks as well. Another Trinity Rocket came through from Jexo. Not enough time. Baby, we're going to game 5.
Oh my God. 100-point club. 250 to 85, your final score in Wallbang too strong. Meanwhile, Skittles and company. Skittles looks like just loves putting shots into the back of Gags every single time. This player's just trading back and forth. But Skittles is able to thread the needle quite consistently. Does it there once again, taking out Tisso. The push still coming in. This back stairs. Skittles just locking it down. It's like, hey, all right, I see you. 2 bursts, you're dead.
Skittles really being able to turn around his game now, 20-20 for his squad. with 2 captures and 3 defense. Really good job of juggling that hard point for streaks. Meanwhile, Tampa, 7 captures, 4 defense with 23 kills and 15 deaths. He's really putting up some numbers here and continues to do so, as now it is going to be We Are So Bad that continues to pull away with a nice lead, and the rotation has been missed by a little bit, but the Stealth Chopper is going to be able to clean up a lot of kills now.
That's just huge amount of aerial ordnance coming out from this team. Joe is still trying to maintain some position in the middle of the map, but they can't. Skittles still has not died. I can't force that enough. This is a 12 streak, combined 16 for this team, and now they have control of the hill once again. And not only do they have control, they're pushing out as well. Skittles able to spot one, cleans that one up, had a player pushing in from his right, but the teammate support, the teamwork, the positioning for this team is so good. You look past the name, and this is just exactly what I wanted to see, because we saw such a great matchup in Series 1, and it looks like we're seeing it again, 14 in a row before he's finally shut down. Scarab to the party. Pick up anything in the momentary break into chaos.
This is a big defense. 2 versus possible 4 here, because obviously Bray Wyatt's teammates spawned out as the push came through. Minical finds one, Jordy finds the other one. The last player comes through to contest, and he's going to be only one more player left. And what a defensive play from Bray Wyatt. At one point then, Paradox, there was only 2 of them versus 4 players from OBN Youth, and yet they still hold on, and now the lead increases even more. This one looks like it could go game 5, and baby, I'll be so excited if it does.
Cal spots one all the way across the bridge, picks it up, fills it up, make it 7 in a row. 8-1 start for Minical. Bray Wyatt look posed to force the game number 5, and let's see if they can hold control of Hangar Operation. Coming up next, Johnny W clears the back, picked up one. Minical eyes on inside of the hill. The team shots coming all the way through. Jambo tried to sneak behind enemy lines, wasn't able to do a thing.
And the interesting thing is as well, Minical is showing his versatility as a player. He's decided to put away the ERAD and decided to stop playing incredibly aggressive and gone for kind of a more formal role. Pulls out the MV4 and he's just playing for picks to assist his teammates. He's on a 9 streak, and I said, Minical, this is your stage. You have to take it with both hands, and he is doing exactly.
Grandma's Unsolution is waiting inside. Here comes the engagement all the way around. Tried to move in for the knife, shut down. Be Sweaty and company have control, and look at the map. It is wide open, but it's wide open for one reason. There was a counter pull, both flags out, the other one in possession of Thampa.
Yes, and Thampa has been able to really advance himself all the way back alley, but unfortunately now has to play his life. And this is a stalemate that could go down the remaining few seconds if these players with the flags are able to stay alive. Sweaty in a good position, in a better position even than Thampa is. Thampa's just flirting with disaster, does get taken down there. Will the return come through? But 2 kills go through. The flag is still revived on the other side. On both sides it's revived. Now it's all about that last second return. And right now, the flags are back at base, and the score will go through. It's a 3-2 last second score, and that will be the victory right there coming through.
SDLK show up right at the end once again. Oh my god. Both flags out. Comes right down to a last second engagement. They come out on top inside of the back alley. Just like that. Standoff, always a treat to come.
Players on Wheel of Jetpack, they've backed up. Cryptic knows there's one back bus. He's stuck in a corner though. He's going to get peppered by shots from everywhere. Lone Wolf finds a kill somehow. Cryptic's still alive. He goes up. He takes that one. He pops the camo. He's going to surely find this kill as well. He goes up in the air. The player slides away. And he finds the kill. Fortunately for Wheel of Jetpack, they're going to find that kill, and it's 5-4. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Esports Hub's 4v4 Infinite Warfare variant tournament. It's a best of 3. Map 1 was done, and it was Retaliation Hardpoint that went all the way to 250 to 243, and it was Easy Points who ended up clutching in the end to take that first Hardpoint. Throwback uplink, like I said, is map number 2, and it's still me, joined alongside by Paradox. Going into this one, though, first thing I want to do is go on board with exact because he was the NV4 player that changed everything in that game. It's a K-bar in hand this time, but I expect to see him do the similar thing and pick up those important kills.
Looks like he's going to get really aggressive here. Opts to go through the underpass and secure the first kill of the game. Now for easy points, of course, you want to make sure you lock down this center map, but the really person standing in their way is D-Treats. Up top, inside of restaurants, knows that there's a player there on the opposite side. Exact still up, dodging, ducking, diving, and Kiar looks like to have first touch. They flood restaurants. This is looking good right now for easy points. Kiar can line up the 1-point toss, takes as long as he needs to. Make sure those points go in. Easy points. Score first.
Nice 1-point play coming through there. They're able to open the floodgates and start this one with the first point on the board between these two teams. One player was behind. It was D-Ban trying to stay alive and just cause problems in the enemy base, but Mimo will find him, and alongside that will take a second kill as well in Kiar. And maybe we can see them actually begin to push up now. Zima somehow takes Mimo down there, and they're pushing up this left-hand side of Bike Path. They will end up getting taken down. Very aggressive plays coming in from Jordy Boys. They've already pushed through the enemy base. If Jordy can throw this over, maybe it'll fall into the lap of D-Treats. It will be thrown to bowling. D-Treat's the only player there, though. He's trying to find kills first. Not going to find it. Chordy picks one up from behind, but they're absolutely closing in on the drone right now. Easy points. The kills come in, though, and it's Chordy who's still alive in this situation. A player who had such an insane game one is still alive. His teammate picks up the kill. He finds this one in bowling as well. Maybe they can move the drone, but no, it will get reset. And so far, good base defense from Easy Points.
Oh, man, that was such a smart move from Jordy Boys. Of course, if you're just really looking at how Uplink works in Infinite Warfare here on Throwback, when you're trying to attack over by that bowling side, you want to make sure the drone goes over there, because then you start to spawn the opposers underneath the uplink portal or around field. It's a bit of a long trek back, and it looks like the Jordy Boys have possession once again. Trotty throws the drone forward. Looks like they're going to try and get some slays going, but Exact has already picked up two. Looks like he's going to move over towards Stop Restaurants. Trotty look like going to be a
Two
little
players
bit
just walked past him.
Oh, he spots one, cleans that one up. They know he's here now, and they're going to be able to shut him down.
It's going to be Exact, though, in the exact position to put points on the board. D-Ban's going to be here, though, as well. Kiar alongside him. Kiar trying to find the kills. He makes the two-piece and manages to pick up the drone before it resets. So they're able to keep that drone down in this area for now. He's just waiting for teammates to come and assist, though. He's getting shot from everywhere. Zima's gone up top. He's found one kill, but just like that, the base has been cleared for now. Exact coming from behind. There's one kill. Will he find the drone carrier as well? No, the drone is thrown for a little bit of yardage for now. D-Treat's looking for the kill, though, because he knows that Exact is behind him somewhere. And in front of him, all his teammates have gone down. D-Ban's found another two-piece. Will Exact now begin to push out? One player on the hay bales, one player to his right. He's just trying to dodge, dip and dive. He does get away with his life. The drone's still going as well. Is this going to be another 1 point? D-Ban goes up, it goes in the air, and it's in. And somehow, Easy Points have managed to convert points from a drone that was down on the floor for so long.
Oh my, that definitely was not easy. That drone was over by limit for like more than 30 seconds, probably inching closer to 45. But now we get to see, looks like Kiar is going to try and push inside restaurants, gets a little bit of damage, but not enough to secure the kill. The Flechette's going to follow that one up, but it's going to be the Jordy Boys who have possession of the satellite drone. D-Treat's going to rotate this one behind his lead blocker in Emperos, who was able to pick up one. That secures the dunk. That ties up the game. D-Treat's going to try and pick up one more in the enemy spawn. Will not be able to do it for Jordy Boys. Trotty is going to be the only one here to contest a push coming in from Easy Points. Was able to shut down one early.
This game definitely has the capability of going to that last map search and destroy between these two teams. The uplink is close so far. Chordy knows there's a player behind him, and it's Zima, and the mantle really did not go in the favor of Chordy whatsoever there, and Zima finds the kill. And one thing to pay attention to that I've seen a lot so far is Easy Points have always got one player just in the enemy base causing problems, making it so hard for them to clear the base. He goes up again, it's Kiar, and it goes through. Nice 1 point play coming through, but that is one thing to definitely pay attention to, Paradox. Easy Points always have an individual in the enemy base that's causing problems for Jordy Boys.
Oh, looks like the Jordy Boys going to try and answer back on the scoreboard. Look at D-Treats here in a gunfight with D-Ban. Needs to be able to pick that one up and won't do it. D-Ban comes through, picks up the kill, and now D-Treats is in a world of pain. Picks up one, but D-Treats, how in the world picks up one, gets the second, finds the third as well, and Trotty has control of the satellite drone, but look, there's only one player that can help him. Emperos goes down. Trotty's like, all right, I'll do it all on my own. Mimo gets here. The throw goes up. The throw is in, and we are tied with 15 seconds left in the first half.
What just happened there? Great play from D-Treats, finds the 2-piece. Then his teammate comes in and finds a 2-piece of his own. 6 seconds remain. No points going to go on forward for either of these two teams. Tied 3-3, like you said, Paradox. This series has been back and forth close between them two since the first hardpoint began. And we're going to switch sides. 3-3, like you said. I have to pay attention to a few things, and we have to talk about some stuff as well. The fact that easy points always have that individual in the enemy base causing problems. Jolly Boys need to make sure that they stop that player from doing that. Then you've also got to pay attention to what Jolly Boys are doing. Having one player just pop 2 pieces over and over again. Those are the things that need to change. Easy points need to stop the 2 pieces. Jolly Boys need to stop the player overextending.
Oh my, I want to see what Trotty does right off the start. Looks like they send 2 through underpass. Trotty's going to be here working together with a teammate to try and clear up bike path. Going to be that one immediately traded away. Meanwhile, D-Treats is going to come up and be the next forward man for the Jordy Boys. They are able to spot one coming out. Exact, I'm sorry. Looks like the height advantage will not help you there. Kiar comes right off a spawn, neutralizes the push that's trying to get going from the opposite side. And look at this. Just spoke of the overextensions coming in. Look at what Exact is doing right now. Doesn't go all the way downfield. Opts to come through this middle tunnel area. Tries to solidify one more. Won't be able to do it, but might have bought more than enough time for easy points to get something going here. There's your toss over the restaurants, and there we go again. It just looks like a battle of these 1-point tosses. Yeah. Both teams get into some sort of situation where you think it's not optimal, but they're able to pull the drone, get there, and they're taking time with these 1-point tosses, and they're going in pretty much every time.
Kiar's pushed up in the enemy base. He will end up getting taken down, so base is clear for now for Jordy Boys. But so far, it's just a battle for mid-map control. No team's really trying to advance the drone just yet. Exact finds the kill on D-Treats. Is he going to be able to push up, though, as well? Mimo's still just pre-aiming that picket fence area, trying to find the kill. Now he will decide to go. Here comes the push. He slides through Exact with another 2-piece. D-Treats finds the kill, though. And now the push will come in, led by D-Treats. Jordy Boys going through the middle of the map. He's going to actually put the drone down, play for the kills instead. He will find the first one. Is he going to turn around and find the second one? He's actually going to opt to play his life. He's still playing super aggressive. There's one player in front of him with the drone. His teammate Amphras comes in, finds a 2-piece. Somehow D-Treats is alive. Finally he drops. Amphras still alive though. He's on a 3 streak. Will he find that 4th kill? He goes up. Bullets going everywhere. No, Zima gets the kill, but the drone comes through. And just out of all of that chaos, D-Treats staying alive and Amphras with a 3-piece. Another 1 point goes in and Jolly Boys tie this game up once again.
Trotty comes through off of the respawn, somehow evades all of the shots, has enough time to line up the jumper. That one goes in and it ties up the game. Looks like one gets shut down. That's Exact going big mid-map for easy points, but it wasn't big enough. Jordy Boy's going to have another attempt at scoring. But look at this, aerial ordnance starting to come in. Will the Trinity Rockets connect? First one comes through, second one misses, the third one misses as well. Mimo stuck inside of restaurants with the drone. It looks like the push from the defense is going to start to come in. Has one right outside. That's Kiar trying to do big things. Won't be able to do it. That drone forever stuck in top of restaurants, but there we go. Trotty picks up 2. There's the third. No! Only gets off with a sliver of health. The throw still goes through, but it bounces off the roof of Grandma's.
We're at that point though now where the specialists are coming through, and it's going to be the FTL and the overdrive available for Jolly Boys. Nice positioning from D-Treats. He waits for the player to overextend past him. His teammates are going to try and pick up the remaining kills, but no, 3 go down. Could we see another 1 point come through? Player number 8, Zima. He's played super aggressive. He loses the first kill, but there goes the 1. It goes up, it's over, and it's in. And it's easy points. Who are going to have the lead?
Look at this. Mimo has to get a huge kill here. Won't be able to do it. So now mid-map control goes back over to easy points. Kiar has control of the drone, tries to force it over by underpass, and won't be able to do it. D-Ban was the biggest man on the map just now, trying to move all the way to the side. Easy points, though. Exact picks up one. He has camo. Not going to pop it as he's moving over towards field side. The only defender here is really going to be D-Ban. Kiar comes off a spawn, tries to move through, able to solidify one, has another inside. Won't be able to pick that one up.
Another 3 dead. D-Ban pushing up with his teammate. Exact. He has the overdrive as well, but it's a big kill that comes in from Trotty. He stops the push for now, and finally the drone is back in control and in their hands. D-Treats, FTL, he's pushing up mid-map. He needs to come around the back and assist his team now before they all get taken down, and here he comes. He loses the gunfight to Kiar, though. D-Ban had the drone in his hands for a second. He's going to throw it out, and there's only one more player left, and it's Trotty. But is that an active camo I see up? And it is. It's in the hands of Exact. 50 seconds remaining, and if they can get the drone in the hands of Exact, this series could finish here.
They can close it. Exact ends up going down. Easy Points lose 3 here in the skirmish mid-map, so that opens things up for the Jordy boys to at least tie this game. Trotty, there you go. Your overdrive's activated. Looks like they want to take the lead, and there it is. The dunk comes through. Trotty picks up one in spawn as well, but then 3 drop for the Jordy boys. There we go. Dietrich just goes for the forward pass, wants to waste time. D-Man uses the overdrive to get there in time.
This is the
Exact
camo
has
play.
the camo, but look at this. Esports is standing there, picks up 3, camo of his own. The impact play comes through from the defense, shuts it down as the drone is moving over towards limit, and there we go in your closing seconds. That play from Ampharos absolutely secured the win for the Jordy boys.
Wow, we talk about how camo can be a specialist used on offense, but on defense, it is exactly the same. Ampharos pops the camo, and he doesn't just pick up a 3-piece, but he takes down Exact, who also popped camo. He takes down Kiar, and he also takes down Zima, who had overdrive as well. 2 specialists taken out, a push completely stopped. Ampharos, baby, you taking us personally to game number 3.
Jack, I think we need a top 5 play video just for this series alone. This has been absolutely mental what both of these teams have been able to do. Not only their pushers on that map, but the hardpoint as well comes down to the wire. That one, impact plays. We think one is going to come through, secure the game with camo. No, camo popped on the opposite side. All 3 lined up, give them the gunny, shut it down, and then the win comes through. My, oh my, we always talk about payloads being used for scoring opportunities. There are so many plays you can make with them that don't necessarily have to lead to a score. Look at what just happened in this map, and then in the CWO, what Study did to lock down. I'm trying to remember who they were going against, but he pops overdrive coming off of the respawn, gets towards the middle of the map. I'm pretty sure it was against Fnatic, and then was able to stop that last second push. My, oh my, I'm happy we're going to game 3.
Well, we're going to the new map in the rotation. Breakout, Search, and Destroy will be our map number 3 to decide out of these 2 extremely close teams who will advance to the grand finals for the chance to win the Esports Hub 4v4 Infinite Warfare variant tournament. I cannot wait for the Search and Destroy to begin. And it has the writing to go to that round 11. It just has to, Paradox. Surely we talk about it all the time as casters. We love to see round 11s, but I think you haven't had a closer series on this talk show tournament yet. Normally what we get to cast is a lot of blowouts, a lot of teams advancing 2-0, but this one in a semi-finals is back and forth between these, and I think both of these 2 teams would be a great asset to have in the final. While we're here, though, and while we wait for the lobby to begin for our game number 3, it's time for us to talk to you guys about what the Talk Show Tournament Tuesday actually is. Every single Thursday here on the Esports Hub, on this stream specifically, we host a talk show hosted by myself, and joined alongside me is the wonderful Paradox and Tony from Bulldog. On that show, we talk about everything Call of Duty, whether it's the Global Pro League, whether it's amateur roster changes or roster changes in general, and we also take a look at some of the action that we saw in the previous tournament on the Tuesday. The reason it's called the Talk Show Tournament Tuesday, though, however, this is where you guys can vote. When we are live on the Thursday, everybody has the power to vote for which tournament they want on the following Tuesday. Whether it's Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, or Modern Warfare Remastered. Whether it's Variant or Search and Destroy only. And also whether it's 4v4, 3v3, or 2v2. The power is completely in your hands. Guys, we couldn't do it without your votes, and we couldn't do it without your participation. So while we're here as well from the Esports Hub, we thank you all for tuning in. But guys, this stream is definitely not over yet, and we're getting ready to go into Breakout, Search and Destroy for game number 3. Now, Paradox, let's talk a little bit about Breakout before we get this one started between these 2 teams. Breakout is the new addition, of course, to the Search and Destroy rota. For you, though, is it a map that you expect the NV4 kind of slow AR players to go off on? Or are we looking for aggressive pushes to close this one out?
It depends on how the teams play, right? Because with the NV4, you think it's a golden setup to be around the A side as players try to push in from showers. But that really only works if you have a team that's trying to push from cell block over to that A site. you can, of course, go for what we normally see in a hardpoint setup, put someone around top laundry area on either side of the opening hardpoint around the top visitor center and try and lock down middle map control. And that seems to be the way Breakout is playing early on. A lot of teams vying for control of the middle of the map and then opting to go to one of the sites from that inside lane. Because if you hold that inside lane, you're shutting off a lot of possible routes for other teams to rotate. Because what ends up happening is, okay, let's say you're stuck over by the medical bay, right around the B site. If the other team has control of mid-map, you either have to rotate all the way cell block, and if you go on the wall run towards A, then you're pretty much dead, because honestly, teams have really been able to set up, and you're a sitting duck if you come on the wall run. Your other option is to go all the way through Grave and around towards helipad area. You might be able to sneak through that mid-map cut, but they might be watching commissary as well. So really, you have a team that can get aggressive early on and shut down the middle lane, whether it's with K-Bars, whether it's with ND4s, whether it's an ERAT that's pretty much only locked over to loading and trying to work inside the A site. I feel like no matter what the loadout is, you need to prioritize mid-map.
A lot of the gunfights as well in this Search and Destroy will mainly go down towards that mid-map area, and it's where you'll look to see players try to get that first pick. Sometimes you may even see the sniper come out, like you said, up towards that top showers area, up towards the top control area. Are we going to see anybody with the sniper trying to pick off at one individual player and get that first blood for their team? That will all have to wait and see if it does happen within this game. Pay attention, though, to kind of a few things that we're going to talk about here, Paradox, and I want to kind of throw something out there for the stream, and I'm going to come to you for it. I want 2 highlight players, one from each team that you are expecting to be big and be one of the players that will definitely assist their team in winning this game and advancing to our finals.
Ooh, okay. I'm looking at Trotty on one side, because, like, how in the world could I not, like, pay attention to Trotty after what he did in this series so far? But on the other side, honestly, I'm going to see Kiar, because Kiar had some really highlight plays there in that last map. Might not be the most flashy sort of plays. Of course, there's been flash from pretty much every player in this series here and there. But looking at some of the impact plays, being able to stay with your team, rotate, being able to set up effectively and trade, that's one thing I feel like Kiar is really good at. And, of course, that pays dividends in Search and Destroy.
For me, I'm looking at Exact. I think Exact has been a player throughout this entire series that has been finding the most important 2 pieces, most important 3 pieces as well. And also, he is just so great at being able to lock down the map control for his team. However, on the other side, on the side of Geordie Boys, I'm looking at Jay Ampharos, the camo play that we just seen from him then in that uplink.
Yeah.
Think of what he may be able to do, Paradox, in a clutch situation with that camo specialist in Search and Destroy. I'm expecting him from this side of Geordie Boys to be an impactful player. But guys, we are now getting the lobby loaded to get underway with game number 3 before we do see which of these 2 teams will play in the final. We're going to go to predictions, Paradox. I want a prediction for this one. Who's taking it, and what is the score?
Oh, man. Who's taking it? I don't even know. Honestly. Like, okay. Let's see. I'm going to say 6-4. Right? I want to see that round 11. All right, screw it. I'm going to go round 11.
Okay.
And it goes to... I'm going to say Geordie Boys. I'm going to be a little risky here.
Okay, Geordie Boys take it 6-5, round 11.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to say Easy Points
Okay.
takes the Search and Destroy 6-3.
Oh.
Okay. That's how I reckon it's going to go down. That is also how Paradox reckons it's going to go down. But guys, let us know in the chat what your predictions are, and if I can grab a few, I will read them out. But we're into the rig draft. Game 3. The final game of this series between Easy Points and Geordie Boys is finally underway, and we're into the rig draft. Nothing really standing out, nothing too surprising. I guess we could talk a little bit about the Centurion choice in Search and Destroy over Overdrive. Paradox, talk to me a little bit about it. Do you prefer to see the Centurion then the Overdrive?
So, on Breakout, I feel like you might just want to go with the Overdrive because it's such a large map. Right, normally I would say Centurion because you're able to solidify that control, that hold over on a site because, of course, you get bombed down, you drop the Centurion, it's really hard for players to get through. Even then, Centurion, you can put it on a flank. We've seen that happen before. I believe FaZe is a team that did that, where you put it on the flank. If someone comes on that side, you're able to spot them, know exactly where that person's at, really pays dividends in like a 3, like when the odds are stacked against you. But honestly, I like the Overdrive here on Breakout, for sure.
I think
Throws
for me,
off the timing.
Yeah, I think for me as well, when you match up these two specialists, they've got their positives and they've also got their disadvantages. I think the Centurion is such a fantastic specialist in terms of, in Search and Destroy, checking the bomb is one of the most scariest things as a player. You never know if you go too early, you never know if you go too late. So having something there that basically checks the bomb for you is amazing. I also think as well, though, the overdrive is perfect, but for me, the overdrive as a specialist is kind of a hero play because you are separating yourself from your teammates. I think it would be great in 1v1 situations or 1v2s if you want to get away from the action as quick as you can, but I don't really like to see the overdrive play where one player tries to push by himself, because if he does get picked, Paradox, there is not a single trade that can happen. But 15 seconds are on our clock. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 3, Easy Points versus Geordie Boys, and it's going to be Easy Points that are on the offensive side, to kick us off.
Look at this. Looks like we have one ERAT coming out, 2 K-Bars, and an NV4. So let's see how Easy Points decide to take this opening offensive round. Kiar going to be in control of the bomb. Looks like he's going to play over towards the middle of the map. Looks like they're going to be 3 here for the Geordie Boys. Not sure if they just caught one in the air. They might have. Early patience not going to pay off. Trotty there secures first blood for the other side. Kiar's going to try and get a little bit aggressive here. And that's what you don't want to do in that situation. Since Kiar has control of the bomb, that bomb is now down in the middle of all the Geordie Boy players. Zima left in a 1v4. This one almost impossible.
Something else I didn't like from Easy Points was the fact that 2 went mid and 2 went over towards A. You basically going for a split push with the bomb. You need to go as a unit, or this situation right now is exactly what happens. I do think D3 spotted him as he crossed, and he will find the final kill, and all the players on Geordie Boys are able to stay alive on that defensive round, and it was quite an easy one as well. Like I said, you cannot separate on offense because then it's very difficult to trade things out. Just like that, though, Geordie Boys taking the first round in this one and being the first team in the lead in the entire series, because in the hardpoint, Easy Points had the first lead. In the uplink, Easy Points had the first lead. This time, it's Geordie Boys with the first round in Search and Destroy.
Oh my, let's see how they answer back with their offensive round. Bomb going to be in the hands of Mimo. Looks like they're going to go for the same thing. Playing over towards the middle of the map, establishing that loading control early on. That's going to be D-Treats here on the inside. Kiar picks up the first blood on Ampharos, but look at this engagement right here. D-Treats has one, sneaking behind him, gets a couple of shots, but goes up in the air, gets cut down. Mimo goes down as well as he's trying to make his way into showers. And there you go, Jack. We're tied up at 1 apiece.
We're tied up at 1 apiece as well, and it's another defense where all 4 players have managed to stay alive. Geordie Boys this time having every player, Easy Points having every player up, and they take down all the players on Geordie Boys. And so far, we've seen 2 mid-map pushes from both of these 2 teams on offense, neither one being successful. Will Easy Points change that up on this offense and try to actually hit a bomb site as a unit? They grab the bomb and they head towards that mid-map area once again. But it's this decision here. Do you go left to B, or do you go right to A and just completely ignore what Cast Campbell says and just hit mid again?
Uh-oh, here we go. Here's the mid push. Let's see, D-Band spots 2 below with Exact going down. Kiar's going to be in excellent position, able to pick up 1. But now, look at this. Kiar's going to have to play this a little bit slow. Wants to buy a little bit more time for Zima to rotate all the way around. Kiar, once again, has control of the bomb. So you need to make sure this one does not drop. Let's hop on board with Zima. He's making his way over towards the middle of the map. He's going to spot 2 here. That's going to be Mimo and Trotty. Going to be line of sight shortly. Did spot 1, spots both. Goes for the long engagement first. Won't be able to secure that one. Now he knows that both players are here. Tries to get around the corner. Won't be able to do it. Kiar's going to trade that. Tries to pick up another. Can't get it in time. Geordie Boys going up 2-1.
My question is, Paradox, how many mid-map pushes does it take before a team realizes they don't really work? That's my question. I want to see the team dedicate to a bomb site, hit B, hit A, push it out as a unit. Then once you have the bomb down, you can watch mid-map. You can watch the areas around it. I don't want to see Geordie Boys here go for another mid-map push. See if they, on this offense, can realize that